All right, YouTube. So I did pick up the iPhone 13 Pro Max. Did the pre-order. It came on Friday, which is like 2 days ago. So I've had it for just a little bit. I've got some thoughts about it. The first thought is that this phone is heavy. Like this is definitely a brick. Like I don't think I was ready for that jarring weight difference between coming from the 12 mini that I've been using for the better part of a year and thinking that I wanted to make the jump. I wanted to make the jump over to a phone that's going to give me supreme battery life, which is usually the biggest iPhone gives you the best battery life. I know the 12 Pro Max battery wasn't as good as the king of batteries, which was the 11 Pro Max. But I think that crown is now going to go to the 13 Pro Max. The battery on here, even though I've only had this thing for not even quite 2 full days yet, I did charge it up. I used it until it was down to about 60+%, and I already had over 5 hours screen on time. And with batteries, you know, it takes them a while to settle in, probably the better part of a week before you really get a good sense of the battery. And I know it's only going to get better. So this will be the new king of battery life for phones. But the size difference is very jarring. So coming from a mini, so if you guys are thinking about going bigger this year, be prepared. This is a hefty boy. Like this one is easily balanced in my hand. You can maneuver this pretty easily. Well, at least I can. I have pretty big hands. Getting to the top of the screen is not that much of a challenge. This is definitely not a one-handed device. It is very awkward to try to use one-handed. So your use case may vary from mine. I just need something quick on the go, quick replies, switching music, things like that on the phone. But I want to do more with my phone, similar to what I do with my iPad. So I thought going bigger would give me that capability to be able to watch more videos and just enjoy the content even more on a bigger canvas. So that's ultimately my goal. Now, did I bite off more than I can chew by making such a huge jump? As you guys can see here, this is crazy. I had no idea that the phone was going to be this massive. I know it was going to be bigger, a little bit bigger than the 11 Pro Max. I did not pick up the 12 Pro Max, but yeah, my wife, her phone, I should have had that in the video too. She's got the 12 or the 13 Pro, I'm sorry. And that seems to be the perfect size. So for those that are maybe looking for something in between, I've held her phone, and the 13 Pro might be the way to go. I'm even considering sending this back and getting the 13 Pro just because the weight is incredible on here. But another size comparison, this is the Z Flip 3. And obviously when this thing is unfolded or flipped open, there you can see the height difference there, because that's really the biggest difference. Although the Z Flip 3, in my opinion, is a little easier to maneuver because it's a little more narrow. This 13 Pro Max is definitely a wider beast here. But battery life has been excellent on this phone. The screen quality with the 120 hertz has been really nice. Let me unlock this here. Really nice to use. It is very reminiscent of the iPad Pro with the ProMotion. So I really love that about this phone. The speakers are excellent on this phone. So I was able to, put the phone in its case here that I have with the kickstand and just kind of use it as I'm, like getting ready to go out or ironing, things like that. And you can just prop it up and watch your video. So that's really why I wanted that one. I didn't really do that with the mini because the screen is just so small. So propping it up somewhere, that's just, I'm getting older. My eyes aren't that great anymore. So I need a bigger screen. But outside of that, I know gaming and things like that will be great on this phone because you have a much bigger canvas. That's one drawback. to having something like the Z Flip 3, because the phone is so narrow, you don't get the same experience. I feel like your fingers are covering up most of the screen if you're trying to do some gaming and things like that. So those are my early thoughts on this phone. If you are looking for the absolute best battery life you could get, this is going to be it right here. So if that's your main objective, is to have all the battery in the world, this is it. Portability, the sweet spot, in my opinion, is going to be the 13 Pro. The 13 is just, I don't know how many people are going after that particular model. It's the base model other than the mini. You guys can let me know in the comments, what would be the advantage of doing the 13 versus the 13 Pro? Because to me, I mean, if you're trying to save a few bucks, I don't know if that's really that worth it. If you're already going to spend 800, you might as well spend 1,000, in my opinion, to get the better screen, the better cameras for the 13 Pro versus the 13. But yeah, if you go with the Max, just be ready to do some wrist exercises, because this thing, man, this is like a weapon in your pocket. So hit me up in the comments. Which one did you guys pick up? What color? I obviously have the Sierra Blue. I like that choice. But I'm thinking that I should have gone with the 13 Pro. So you guys tell me what you think, and I'll hit you guys in the next video. Until then, I'm out. Peace.